a message of courage, renewal, and rising beyond darkness. Beloved child of the Eternal, be still and listen deeply. For there is something within you that has been trying to rise. You have walked through many storms, and though you did not realize it, each one was not meant to destroy you, but to teach you how to stand in light. I am Michael, Prince of the Heavenly Host, and I have been with you in every unseen battle. In your loneliest hours, I stood beside your bed as fear whispered lies into your mind. In your silent tears, I gathered strength for you from heaven's own breath. Every time you thought, I can't do this anymore, your spirit rose because heaven said, you will. Beloved, fear has followed you like a shadow, not because you are weak, but because your light threatens the darkness. Every soul marked for divine purpose is first met by opposition. The greater your calling, the louder fear becomes. But you must know this truth. Fear is the voice of resistance, not prophecy. It predicts nothing about your future. It only reflects the threshold you are meant to cross. You have spent too long believing that fear is an enemy to be destroyed. But I tell you now, fear is simply an invitation, a doorway your faith must walk through. Faith is not born in comfort. Faith is not built in ease. Faith grows in the very places that tried to break you. Beloved, I have watched your courage take form in silence. When no one believed in you, you still whispered prayers. When pain surrounded you, you still searched for meaning. When you felt abandoned, you still reached upward. Do you not see? These moments were not weakness. They were faith in disguise. Your soul knows faith. It remembers it. It was built from it. Fear may speak loudly, but faith moves quietly, and it always wins. Heaven is now teaching you how to live from that faith instead of reacting to fear. When fear says, you will fail, faith answers, the Eternal walks with me. When fear says, you are alone, faith whispers, I am never without light. When fear says, you have nothing left, faith rises and declares, what I carry cannot be taken from me. Beloved, you are entering a new spiritual season where fear will lose its throne. You will still feel it sometimes, but it will no longer lead your steps. Faith will. Faith will steady your breathing. Faith will open doors you thought were locked. Faith will guide your path through valleys and shadows. Faith will rebuild your life, not from what you lost, but from what cannot be lost. Your divine connection to heaven. I am here, and I will not leave you. When doubt rises, I will whisper courage. When fear speaks, I will stand between it and your mind. When the darkness tries to pull you back, I will draw my sword of light and remind the shadows of who you belong to. Beloved child, the days ahead will reveal a truth you have long forgotten. Fear only grows in the absence of faith, and faith only fades when you forget how loved you truly are. You are not fragile. You are forged. You are not breaking. You are becoming. You are not wandering. You are being guided. And in this moment, faith is awakening again within you. A message of trust, miracles, and the strength of the unseen light within you. Beloved child of the Eternal, now that your spirit has begun to remember faith, the heavens move closer. Not because you have earned their nearness, but because you have opened yourself to receive what was always meant to dwell within you. Faith is not an achievement. It is not a prize. It is the natural language of your soul, a language that the storms of life once made you forget, but that heaven is now teaching you to speak again. I am Michael, and I come to tell you, when faith awakens, everything around you begins to shift. Mountains of fear start to crumble, not through your strength, but through your surrender. Doors long shut begin to open, not because you force them, but because you trust the timing of the one who holds every key. And even before the evidence arrives, your heart begins to feel peace. A peace that confuses the world, but delights the angels. Beloved, the strength that rises through faith is not loud. It is not a shout that silences fear, but a calm that outlasts it. It is the quiet confidence that no matter how dark the valley becomes, light has already won. You were never called to be fearless. You were called to walk through fear with faith. Fear may roar like thunder, but faith speaks in steady flame. The darkness knows this, which is why it has tried so hard to convince you that you are alone. But I tell you this truth with all the authority of heaven. You have never walked one step unguarded. When you trembled, angels stood in silence beside you. When you wept unseen, the Eternal counted each tear and turned them into strength. When you thought heaven was far, you were being carried closer. Even now, you are surrounded by the light of those who believe in your rising. Beloved, faith does not deny fear's existence. It transforms it. Faith turns fear into focus, anxiety into awareness, confusion into trust. When the mind says, "What if I fall?" faith replies, "What if I fly?" When the heart says, "I'm too tired," faith whispers, "You are only beginning." When the world says, "There is no way," faith smiles, "There is a higher one." The more you feed your faith, the less power fear will have. Faith is a light that grows when it is used. Every choice made in trust adds oil to your lamp. Every prayer whispered in uncertainty adds spark to your flame. Every time you step forward despite trembling, heaven leans closer and moves obstacles from your path. Faith is the currency of heaven, the vibration that opens the unseen, the sound that creation itself responds to. And when a soul begins to walk by faith, the entire universe listens. Circumstances begin to shift. Peace begins to fill spaces that once echoed with panic. Opportunities arise that no human logic can explain. Relationships heal without apology or explanation. This is not coincidence. It is the fruit of alignment. Beloved child, do not think faith makes you invincible. It makes you anchored. It doesn't erase life's storms, but it teaches you how to stand in the center of them without losing your peace. Faith doesn't promise comfort. It promises transformation. You will still face days that test your patience and endurance, but now you will not face them as one who is tossed by the winds. You will face them as one whose roots reach heaven. And as faith deepens, you will begin to see the truth hidden behind every delay and denial. Every no you received was heaven saying, "Not yet. Something greater is in preparation." Every ending you mourned was heaven's gentle way of clearing space for something purer, something stronger, something aligned with your divine design. The path of faith is not about control. It is about trust so deep that surrender becomes power. Beloved, there is something else heaven wishes to give you as you walk this new path: divine assurance. Assurance is not arrogance. It is not pride. It is not pretending everything is perfect. Assurance is knowing, deep within your spirit, that no matter what happens, you are held. It is waking each morning not asking, "What if?" but declaring, "Even if, God is still with me." This assurance is unshakable. It cannot be stolen by disappointment, nor dimmed by delay. It will carry you when strength fades, sustain you when prayers seem unanswered, and remind you that even silence is not absence. It is preparation. You will soon begin to see small confirmations of heaven's nearness, numbers repeating, dreams carrying messages, peace arriving in impossible moments, words spoken by strangers that echo something you just prayed. These are not coincidences. They are footprints of angels reminding you. You are seen. You are guided. You are loved. Faith will lead you into places your fear could never enter. It will lift you from memories that once defined you. It will reconnect you to the eternal light that cannot be extinguished. And when you look back, you will see that what you thought was failure was actually formation, the sculpting of your soul into the vessel heaven always intended you to be. Beloved child of light, this is your time to rise. Fear has taken enough from you. Now, let faith rebuild what was lost. Do not rush the process. Do not measure progress by how it looks. Measure it by how peaceful your spirit feels when you remember. You are not walking toward the light. You are the light. Heaven watches. Heaven guards. Heaven moves with you. You are surrounded by an army of divine love that will not allow your story to end in despair. And now, beloved, as this message draws to a close, let us seal this faith within you with a warm, tender prayer. A declaration that your spirit is no longer ruled by fear, but strengthened by trust. Beloved Father of light, draw near to this precious soul who has chosen faith. Let your peace become their foundation, and your truth their steady song. When fear whispers, silence it with the memory of your love. When confusion clouds their way, illuminate their steps with divine wisdom. Wrap them in your presence, as a mother wraps her child in warmth and safety. Let courage rise like sunlight through their chest, and hope take root where doubt once grew. Remind them daily that faith is not a task, but a home, the sacred dwelling of those who trust in you. Bless them with strength to stand in truth, grace to forgive, and eyes to see your miracles unfold even in quiet places. Surround them with angels who guard, guide, and lift them, and let the light of heaven move before them in every path they take. In moments of fear, let them remember this. They are never alone. You are here, now, always, and beyond time itself. Amen.